What is good, YouTube? Today we'll be watching that Hytale is $20. Hytale is $20. That whole game, sex with Hitler. All right, that's crazy, by the way. $20. Hytale will be $20, everybody. So I'm surprised, honestly. Like, Hytale being $20 is kind of insane. You would not expect Hytale, this game. Hold on. You wouldn't expect this game right here. What the hell? You could ride on dinosaurs? You wouldn't expect this game to be $20. That's the crazy part. So all the money they spent to make this game is gonna go to a good cause. So I'm just so like crazy. That's actually insane. $20, and there's gonna be discounts too. Discounts are gonna be like $15. Bro, in this economy, I'm weak. But yeah, Hytale be $20.
Hytale have just released the official pricing for the game, and it's a lot cheaper than most were expecting. Let's break down that pricing and also talk about what you can expect for your money on day one and potentially when you can play the game, because a third party may have shared the release window a little early, but we'll get into it. Over on Twitter, Hytale wrote, Hytale will be $19.99 USD. If you wish to support the team in Hytale's development, we will be offering a supporter and founders pack that offers cosmetics like capes, hats, and more. A standard copy of Hytale on pre-order is $19.99. The supporter pack will be $34.99, and Cursebreaker Founders Pack will be $69.99. When you think about Hytale, you start to think about all of the years of development and all the money it took to rebuy Hytale back from Riot. With the amount of hype the game has right now,
imagine how much money that Imagine how much money that probably cost to rebuy Hytale back from Riot.
Most people would be more than comfortable spending $20. Personally speaking, I would be more than happy to pre-order supporter. With Cursebreaker, I'd probably want to see what the game is like before I spend $70, but $35, I think that's more than worth it. They have already said that you can upgrade your purchase down the road, so if you fall in love with Hytale and you really want Cursebreaker, you can just upgrade to it. How good is that?
That's
for
really
your money,
cool, actually.
what can you expect? Well, going back to the Hytale Saved blog post, the game will launch on Windows with Linux and Mac to be attempted and other platforms much later. Exploration mode, creative mode, and modding will be available at launch.
At launch?
And adventure mode will come later with a dedicated...
What is this? Early access date. Okay. Windows, it's only coming to Windows. Linux and Mac will be attempted. Other platforms much later. Pricing details that'll be announced in a couple of days. Which is $20. Early access, expect bugs, surf edges, unbalanced content, and updates on my breakdown. Hey, at least they're honest. Exploration mode, creative mode, and modding. So that's going to be a good amount of content for launch. Okay. That's fair. Minigames and adventure mode are not at launch. Wow. They 100% own it. That's insane.
Team for minigames. Now, in regards to modding, we got a full blog post last night that broke down some of the modding capabilities that are going to be available. At launch, though, players will have access to the Hytale Asset Editor, which is an editor for data assets. It supports most asset types with notable limitations around NPCs, world generation, and interactions. An asset graph editor, described as an unfinished internal editor, they used as a temporary solution for world generation, creative tool brushes, NPCs, and hopefully much more. Machinima tools, which are the tools that were used to create the trailer back in 2018, and creative tools, an interactive suite of tools to modify the world and express your creativity. They said there'll also be a block bench plugin.
So they use that to make the trailer. That's Wow.
which you can use to create
An
Hytale
in-game
compatible
tool to
models,
make a trailer.
textures, and animations
Wow.
directly in Blockbench. Whether that's for day one or not, nobody knows right now, but I do think they're trying to get it as close to launch as possible. The other day, they shared a full video of the asset editor in action, and if this is your sort of thing, I think you're going to be very happy with the suite of tools that they have. When it comes to purchasing the game and locking in a username, someone on Twitter asked, how will names work? Would it be similar to Riot/OG Discord, or more like Minecraft, unique? With Simon responding, unique. With that, if there's a username you want for Hytale and you want it really bad, it's probably best to be on it as early as possible when it comes to buying the game. This is what the launcher will look like on day one. Now, when it comes to the minimum requirements for the game, they're going to be testing this next week to give us a clear idea. But on the Discord, Slicky did right. I tested it today on the Intel i5 7500 3.4 gigahertz with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM at 1080p resolution, integrated GPU, and the system was even cheap in 2016. I dialed the view distance a bit down to 192 blocks radius, 12 Minecraft chunks in each direction, and I got 50 FPS. We are still improving this, but I would not be worried if you can play any modern games. I'm still getting more data, so it's too early to talk about minimum specs or recommended specs, but you'll not need a $1,000 PC. Performance and system requirements was one of my biggest concerns for Hytale, and I think that goes back to the fact that Riot tried to move over to a new engine. Now, I believe that was to give a more seamless experience across console, mobile, and PC, but it always had me worried that the old engine just wasn't optimized. Don't get me wrong, though, you might have to, like, bump down the resolution. I'm not expecting this to be super optimized. Now, in that modding blog post, in the custom UIs section, they wrote, we are in the process of ripping out 2 of them and consolidating on Gnosis GUI. Gnosis technologies have been extremely helpful to us, and we want to acknowledge their role in helping make Hytale possible. Earlier today on Twitter, Gnosis wrote, finally we can share more about the continuation of this incredible collaboration. We're thrilled to see what's coming next, and it's not months away, it's weeks.
Gnosis
what we have right.
What do they make? Oh, they made what the hell? Wait, they made, I forgot the name of that game. Put in the comments below. I dead forgot. It was really popular though. So they made, okay, they made Age of Wonders, this game I was talking about. I don't know about this. Hytale, I can't wait for Hytale to drop. Dang, so they worked on all these games. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think this is the big one right here. Tomb Raider, huh? Shoot.
Right there is a potential release date for when this early access is going to drop. It's not months away, it's weeks. That said, this could be referring to when Hytale are going to share updated screenshots that feature their collaboration with Gnosis. But based on how quickly all of this implementation is happening, whether accidentally or not, I think they've just shared the release window of Hytale. Even after all this, there's still so much we don't know about the game, so if you do want to keep up to date with all things Hytale, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Honestly, the developers never stop tweeting.
Yeah, I'll click subscribe, but I'll subscribe. But you know what I'm saying? You subscribe to Jomega, just sub to Jomega, so Jomega. Hey, shout out to him though. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I can't wait for it to drop. Did they post anything else? Yeah, I think that's it for today. That's crazy. $20 is insane. I'm excited. Take my money. I'm probably gonna buy the $30 one. That's gonna be pretty fun. Wow. Wait, what? Collector's Simon's edition is funny. But thank you guys for watching, and bye.